Good morning, second grade. This is our RIGS lesson for today. Today we're going to be learning a couple of sounds. Have you ever heard when you're reading or speaking the sound like in burger or in her or in works or in nurse or in word or first, right? All of these sounds have the sound but there are different ways to spell the sound Today we're going to learn those different ways to spell okay? So I'm going to begin with the first one. So whenever you see these two letters together, it makes the sound the of her. Say it with me. The of her. Good job. The of nurse. Say it with me. The of nurse. The of first. Say it with me. The of first. The of works. Say with me. The of works. And the of early. Say with me. The of early. Okay. So, what I want us to do is we are going to write these down inside our journal, okay? So, with that being said, we're gonna open up our journal. I'm gonna share we need a RIGS journal today. I'm gonna share my screen with you. There it is. This is the flyleaf page. Then it's our table of contents. Then it's number 1. Then it'll be number 2. That should not be on your page, so don't worry about writing it. We'll write it later. And then 3. So once you get to this third page, I want you to write 3. Technically, it's not the third page. Technically, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, it's the 5th page. Okay, but from our table of contents, it is the 3rd page. So put 3 at the top. And this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna say it, and then we're gonna write it out. So on this first line, I want us to write it out. Are you ready? The of her. Say it with me. The of her. Now let's write it down. Make sure you're writing it neatly. Remember, when there's 2 phonograms that are together, they must be comfortably close together, right? We're not gonna put them super far away. We're gonna put them comfortably close, okay? So let's begin. Skip 1 line, 1 space. The of her. Say it with me. The of her. Okay, we're just gonna write that. Let's write the next one. Let's put a comma. The of nurse. Say it with me. The of nurse. Good job. And now you're gonna write You are. But make sure that they're comfortably close together. Dominic, can you pick that up for me? So go ahead and write that down. Make sure it's perfect because it's in your notebook. Huh? Okay. Let's go on to the next one. The of first. Go ahead and say that with me. The of first. Let's write it down. Make sure they're comfortably close together. Another comma. The of works. So this is the fourth spelling. This is the fourth way that we spell . And this phonogram is really two phonograms put together. We do hear the sound w, right? Not w, but w. And but only the is underlined. Do you see how we don't have it underlined, but only the will be underlined because it's the part that says . Okay, so let's go ahead and write that. The of works. Write down W, although we don't hear the W. Go ahead and write down that. Make sure they're comfortably close together, comma. The of early. Say with me. The of early. So you're gonna write. I know it kind of looks like ear, but we don't say ear because this is another way to pronounce . Okay. That is it. Now I'm going to read to you a sentence, okay? Mothers hurry first word learning. Her nurse first works early. Okay, so say it with me. Mothers hurry first word learning. Her nurse first works early. So we're gonna go ahead and write that down right now, okay? So let's go ahead and write that down. I'm gonna write it first, and then I want you to copy it down. We're gonna write it, we're gonna skip one space, and then we're gonna write it down. So the first one is mothers, M. Make sure that M goes all the way to the bottom baseline, up to the top baseline. Mothers, TH. Okay, and then ers, ERS. Mothers, and we're gonna underline the of her. Say it with me, the of her. Hurry first, so we're gonna write hurry. Leave two spaces right there. And let's continue writing. Hurry. Okay, and this is the of nurse. Say it with me. Of nurse. And we're gonna underline these two letters, okay? First word learning. So let's write first. Make sure you start at the 2 on the clock for the F. first okay, so we're gonna underline this IR, which makes the sound what? It's the in first. First word. Write down the word word. And this is the in works. So we're gonna underline actually just the OR, okay? Mothers hurry first word, learning. So I don't think I can fit learning here, so I'm gonna go down here. L-E, it's the it's the in early, so we're gonna do L-E-A-R because it's the in early, learning. Make sure it's neat. Mothers hurry first word, learning. We're gonna underline E-A-R because that is the in works. Say that with me. In works. Good. Now we're gonna skip this line right here. We're gonna go on to this next line. Her nurse first works early. So let's write that down. Her, capital H. Make sure you're not going on the middle dotted line above. Her, it's the in her, right? So we're gonna underline ER. Her, nurse, it's the in nurse. We're gonna underline the UR. Her nurse, first underline the in first. Her nurse first works early. Works. Make sure your K is correct. Start at the middle dotted line, make a slanted line, and then go back down to the baseline. Her nurse first works. We're going to underline the OR. It's the in work. In work, sorry. Her nurse first works early. It's the in early. So in early is EARLY. Period. Don't forget to put your period up here too. So, and we're going to underline EAR because it's the and early. Can you say that with me? And early. So this is what I want you to do today. If you need more time to copy it down, that's okay. Put pause right now and you'll have all the time to write it down. Make sure the 3 is at the top. You've written down all the ways to spell and then you write it down, these 2 sentences, and then underline right here the in that word. Okay? Let's review our one more time. There are different ways to write them, so it can get a little complicated, but let's begin. The of her. Say with me. The of her. I need you to say all of that with me, okay? Not just I need you to say the of her, okay? I'll go first. The of nurse. Say with me. The of nurse. The of first. Say with me. The of first. The of works. Say with me. The of works. And last one. The of early. Say with me. The of early. So if you have not yet finished writing this down, I want you to go ahead and put pause right now and finish writing this down. At the end of the day, I would like for your parents to take a picture of your page. Okay? God bless you, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Totus tuus, Maria.